Salt Bay's empire starting to collapse. Dude, I don't know why Salt Bay even got an empire in the first place. He doesn't seem like he deserves one. Salt all he chat, what did Salt Bay do other than pour salt on his fucking elbow onto a steak? Why did that make him okay, wait, actually no, here's a question. Was Salt Bay famous before he before the elbow thing, or was he made famous because of the elbow thing? Because if he was famous before the elbow thing, then I guess it makes sense how that fame just got amplified. But if he just became famous for pouring salt on his elbow, I don't know what, I don't know why he's famous. I don't know why he's popular.
And his lowest growth on Instagram in over 6 years. Things have gone from
Yeah, Salt Bay's empire is starting to collapse. Let's watch this, chat. He made really overpriced gold steak. Dude, he's a silly man.
Closures rapidly decline.
Oh, I should probably. No,
reviews and his lowest growth on Instagram in over 6 years. Things have gone from bad to worse for Salt Bay, which is best observed by looking at each controversy up until this unfavorable point. His first time in hot water came just months after Salt Bay first went viral, occurring when fans scrolled back through his Instagram to find this photo commemorating the life of Fidel Castro in the days after his death. At around the same time, Salt Bay had recently opened a steakhouse in Miami, a city to which approximately 500,000 Cubans had fled to as a result of Castro's leadership. Some people just don't think. To post pics like this and then open a restaurant in Miami. Really? I just called and canceled.
Okay, but chat, what people don't realize is that sometimes these extensions are planned months, maybe even years in advance. He probably was just planning to open in Miami and then
2 reservations and told them how I feel about their Salt guy and his post. Picture posted a few days after Castro's death. Nice thought.
Okay, well, okay. Posting the picture after his death is kind of fucking weird, though. That I can't defend that. That's
Cuba and sprinkle his salt over there.
He made me overpriced gold steak. He made me watching on TikTok feels weird. I'm going back to Twitch. It's weird. Yeah, go back to Twitch. I don't know why your chat kept popping up twice.
Yeah. The comments on the post itself echoed a similar sentiment, leading Salt Bay to remove the picture. However, he'd find himself in a similar controversy less than a year later. In September 2018, Salt Bay came under scrutiny once again for providing a feast to the Venezuelan president, who governs a country in which 64% of people have reported losing significant amounts of weight, 11 kilos or 24 pounds on average.
What? Okay, wait, let me check something real quick. What is Salt Bay's? He's Turkish. Okay, never mind. He's just a Turkish man.
Amid worsening food shortages. As a Venezuelan, it angers me seeing my president feasting on a meal while me and my family were starving. I cannot believe this video. This guy eating tomahawk steaks or whatever that is, and the people from his country dying of hunger. Food tastes so much better when you know the folks back home are starving. After the Venezuelan president then explained that Salt Bay had personally invited him to the restaurant, protests broke out in front of Salt Bay's Miami restaurant.
Is the Venezuelan president like? International politics are so hard, right? Is it a corrupt system that is keeping the people underfed, or is it like some economic shit? I don't know. I don't know how to. I can't really speak on this, chat, because I don't know if it's like an economic thing where it is just like a recession and people are starving, or if it's like a diplomatic thing where the president's just like purposely not giving people enough food.
With one sign reading, "Did you know, Salt Bay, that in the time it took you to wine and dine dictator Maduro with your bloody meat, at least one Venezuelan child died of extreme malnutrition?" However, this might not have even been Salt Bay's biggest controversy for the month. Only 8 days after these protests, a new article was posted reading, 4 tourists are set on fire at Instagram star Salt Bay's Istanbul restaurant, which had happened as a result of a fire show gone wrong. One of the tourists who'd been set on fire was a Czechoslovakian YouTuber and model named Tina Streskova, who suffered burns to more than 35% of her body and can be seen with slight but visible burn scars on her Instagram.
Jesus, look at that. How does 4 people get set on fire? What was he just throwing oil?
even till this day. Her 23-minute video on the
This is why I'm kind of scared to go to like hibachi restaurants where they make the food in front of you, because they always play around with the fire and shit, right? And one accident and they fling oil on you that's on fire, burns, scarred.
topic, translating to "the moment that changed my life," is unfortunately spoken in Czechoslovakian without subtitles. However, an article posted a year after the incident stated that Tynus had received no compensation for the mistake, and that the restaurant had instead destroyed all evidence related to the incident.
No,
Salt
you
Bae
don't
did
do that.
eventually pay out $230,000 in compensation, although not to Tynus for permanently altering her appearance, but rather to 4 mistreated employees in Salt Bae's next big controversy. The 4 employees claimed that Salt Bae was taking 3% from their total tips, which was followed by Salt Bae firing the 4 employees after being confronted.
Chat, this sounds like, chat, you ever watch you watch Kitchen Nightmares? You know the Amy ABC company where they stole their waiters' tips and everything, and then fired them, or well, they quit because, you know, who wants to work for people like that?
About
it sounds like that. He sounds like he's literally like one of those Kitchen Nightmare restaurants that get shut down in like a year.
An authoritarian, dictatorial attitude who doesn't care about local laws. They even suggested Salt Bae likened himself to Tony Montana and humiliated them on occasions in the lawsuit. Yet Salt Bae responded by stating, "I don't get a share of the employees' tips. I've never done that in any of my restaurants. I was not satisfied with the performance of the 4 employees. They didn't match my understanding of work. They weren't as good as I wanted, so I terminated their contract right away." Yet these 4 employees weren't the only ones claiming that they'd been mistreated while working for Salt Bae. A former employee at the Nusret restaurant in London described it as gold from the outside but shit from the inside, whilst another compared the working environment to the Hunger Games, as staff never knew if they'd be fired during a shift, with a third likening the restaurateur to a dictator. Former employee Frank DeFano stated that he was treated poorly as a result of being American, while another former manager explained his world was nothing but Instagram and fame. The sensation was him. He ended up getting this godlike complex, highlighting Salt Bae's next big problem. With massive artworks of his one viral moment, and every 3rd Instagram picture being him working out shirtless,
this is an entire
just a bit too full of himself. And while some degree of ego might be necessary for success, he takes it to a whole new level. When interviewed by The Times in 2019, Salt Bae seemed convinced that every kid wanted to be him, stating, "Now everybody wants to be a butcher because of me.
That's
now,
just delusional.
They want to be Salt Bae. They see me as an idol. I'm an inspiration to a lot of people in a very short period of time."
Dude, also, I don't think you're an inspiration to anyone. I don't even think you're an inspiration to other chefs, right? This is just absolutely fucking delusional what he's saying.
Always taking the opportunity to brag about money. Salt Bae had posted an $8,000 bill as well as a different $7,000 bill. Yet the picture that really kicked up a stink was the $167,000 bill posted to Salt Bae's Instagram with the title
"And
"Quality
did you do one
Never
thing?
Expensive." The opulent bill mixed with his arrogant description prompted comments such as, "I have eaten
Remember
in your restaurant.
me?
Quality is
What do you mean, bugger?
I've eaten
Yeah, I'll see you."
different people.
See
YouTube
whenever.
channel Google Foods ordered the $2,000 steak before stating this.
It was not
I'm giving you like a premature
For
salute.
$2,000, I gotta say, I thought it would be way bigger.
Also adding that the $275 tomahawk steak had been cooked incorrectly.
That was rare, even though we ordered medium rare. Now, there's nothing.
I mean, you ordered medium rare, you got rare. I mean, that is like that's a minor thing. But my goofy, I can't wait for my phone to charge. Dude, just charge it overnight and then charge it when you're not using it. You have computers, right, chat?
Nothing wrong with rare
Or while
steak,
you're
but if
playing
you
video
order
games, put
medium
your phone
rare,
on charge.
you should
Come
get
on.
what you paid for.
A different YouTuber, UA Eats, who was looking to give a purely objective review, stated that the waiter's performance was fun, yet the quality of the food was no better than any other steak.
No, wait, chat. No, you're okay. Wait, chat. You're not telling me that he has all his employees salt your food like this. You're not telling me they bring the food to you unsalted and then do this all over your food. What the fuck? Dude, I would tell them, no, don't do that. I don't want that. I don't want food with, like, I don't know where your fucking elbow has been, dude. Why are you just dropping your, like, elbow grease all over my food? Stop it. What the fuck? That is so goofy. No, chat. If he brought some food to me and he fucking like put his elbow all over it, give me either a new one or a refund. I don't want it.
On TripAdvisor, Salt Bay's London restaurant is ranked at 15,200 out of 15,700 restaurants, with its rating of 2.5 stars, making it worse than 96.8% of all other restaurants.
It's the worst steakhouse in London. Oh my god, 2.5. Dude, that's not even, that's laughably bad.
In the city.
That is
the steakhouse
horrible.
features predominantly terrible and one-star reviews, with most complaining about horrible quality, bad service, and so incredibly expensive for such a bad quality of food. This guy was upset after the restaurant charged him 44 British pounds for 4 Red Bulls. However, at least he didn't call the police after finding out the price, which is what happened over in Florida.
Wait, he has a restaurant in Florida?
Steakhouse in Miami.
Yeah.
Ordered 2 standard $275 tomahawk steaks, yet he was instead unknowingly presented with 2 golden tomahawk steaks, being charged more than $5,000 for his meal when he eventually...
Imagine how much you're supposed to pay. You were expecting to pay $550 and you have to pay $5,000 instead.
got to the counter. We ordered 2 tomahawk steaks and a rack of lamb for the table. When the bill came, we were shocked by the total. They insisted that we ordered the golden option and charged us $1,000 for each. We absolutely did not order that option. Although we did eat what was brought to the table, thinking this was the normal presentation.
But if you guys are,
it was clear that the waiter was trying to take
maybe
advantage
not.
of the situation. After disputing the misunderstanding with management, they decided to involve local law enforcement rather than do the right thing. We paid the disputed $5,000 bill to avoid
Salt Bay
further
called
conflict, yet this was
Salt Bay's restaurant called the fucking police?
still minor in comparison to what happened at Salt Bay
That's
Steakhouse
just
in
that's
Boston.
just low.
After opening up on the 18th of September 2020, the restaurant, quote, almost immediately began racking up health code violations.
Yeah, I would
City
imagine.
inspectors
Every
reported
fucking
that
Saul's like-
COVID-19 safety guidelines were being flouted, crowds were not social distancing,
right.
2 fire exits were blocked, permits were not in order, the dishwasher was not running hot enough, and the refrigerators were apparently too cold, leading the government to shut the restaurant down only 1 week after opening.
There we go.
In the meantime, Salt Bay posted this seemingly wholesome family photo to his Instagram, yet this would also end in another wave of criticism. Turkey chef Salt Bay meets mother after 2 years, criticized for not looking after her. It seems Salt Bay was getting loads of backlash in every situation, regardless of whether or not he deserved it. For example, when a waiter at one of his restaurants accidentally dropped a steak, Salt Bay was getting roasted in the comments by people saying that he was going to charge them twice. People simply didn't like him, so when he'd actually do something deplorable in December 2022...
Stop fucking... What? He's fucking... Look, he's doing the thing again. He's doing the hand thing again on the fucking World Cup.
The whole world took it as a chance to completely and utterly destroy him. After Argentina beat France in the World Cup final, Salt Bay waltzed onto the field as if he was everybody's best friend. He pestered Messi for a photo, snatched the World Cup from a baby, and bit down on one of the winner's medals, prompting negative comment after negative comment, as well as an instant response from the media who wrote, Salt Bay was pathetically thirsty to get World Cup selfies and pissed off Argentina in the process. Only a day later, the FIFA president unfollowed Salt Bay on Instagram before launching an investigation into how Salt Bay was allowed on the field, revealing that only the World Cup winners and heads of state are allowed to touch the trophy during the closing ceremony, let alone kiss and disrespect it. The next day, Salt Bay tried to show that he and Messi were friends by posting a video of them together in his steakhouse. However, comments such as old video where Messi made a mistake visiting your restaurant showed that fans definitely weren't buying it. Excluding this video, Salt Bay provided no response. Finally talk about the event in a tell-all interview. He stated, it was a combination of my love of Argentina and my excitement. I love Argentina.
It was a combination of my ego and my non-understanding of my place in the world.
I've lived there. I went to support them. Many of the team have come to the restaurant. I didn't feel a stranger. It was a special moment. I can't do anything about the reason I was there, but I would never ever step on the World Cup pitch again.
Wait, so Chad, did he just
2 billion people watching
did he just
the World
jump
Cup.
the
How many
fence and
people
walk
are
up?
speaking about me? 5 billion, the whole world. I didn't go on the pitch with the purpose of advertising. I just felt like it. Then there was a bit of a surprise. There were at least another 1,000 people on the pitch, but when they show the video, they make out it was just me. I never ever wanted to overshadow anything, I didn't like the attention, with the possible motive for the explanation being that things haven't been going so well for Salt Bae ever since that day. Just 2 weeks prior to giving that interview, Salt Bae had to close down his self-titled Salt Bae burger restaurant in New York City, which had gained a reputation for selling $99 gold-flaked milkshakes and a $100 burger wrapped in gold foil. On top of this, it's been reported that Salt Bae Steakhouse in Greece is now wrapped in gold foil, selling
I would not eat that. That looks like a quick trip to the restroom.
Gold-flaked milkshakes, and a $100 burger wrapped in gold foil. On top of this, it's been reported that Salt Bae Steakhouse in Greece is now receiving a third of the bookings it used to, from 600 per day to approximately 200 per day, while his London Steakhouse, which we discussed earlier as having some of the worst reviews in the city, recently announced that they'd be reducing their prices in, quote, what appears to be a desperate bid to entice customers back through its doors. Over the last 6 months, Salt Bae has gained approximately 300,000 followers per month, and while this is still a bafflingly high number for someone who seemingly does very little, this is the lowest growth he's had on social media since first blowing up in January 2007.
I wish I could get 300,000 followers in 1 month. That would be amazing. But this guy is a joke. Honestly, he became famous as a joke, and he's using that fame to make himself look like even more of a joke. I don't know what to say about that.